having a swell time. All right, my name is B Blast Chidi, and I will be taking you on Health Talk Show today on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. And to begin this conversation this morning, I'd like to really ask, have you ever had to get down from a vehicle? Maybe you're going to somewhere, you had to get down from a vehicle because someone entered the vehicle and you perceived an odor that is so unpleasant. So unpleasant that you felt bad that, no, I can't take it any longer. I can't take this. I had to get down immediately. Even without you getting to your destination, you have to pay for the level you've gotten to, and you get down. Or maybe you're in a hall or in a room, a meeting, you're having a meeting and someone enters the room, and before you know it, the odor of that room changes and you start perceiving an unpleasant smell because someone entered the room. How would you feel? Obviously, we all will feel bad and wouldn't want to stay in a place that smells, and wouldn't want to stay with someone who has body odor, a very strong one at that. So that is where our conversation this morning will be centered on body odor. So the question is, ask yourself, do I have a body odor? Do I have a strong body odor rather? Do I have an unpleasant body odor or not? If yes is the answer to your question, that you have a strong or an unpleasant body odor, what do I need to do about it? What is causing my unpleasant body odor? Are there treatment options for me? What do I need to do to prevent this body odor? These and many other things is what we are going to talk about. But then what I want to say is this: there are people who have strong or unpleasant body odor, even mouth odor, but they do not know that they have it. They are not aware they have this body odor. Okay, but in the course of this conversation, I want to open the phone lines now so that if you have any question bordering around our conversation this morning, you can call in to ask or to make your contributions. As you all know, the number to call is 0700 903 903 903. And for the WhatsApp call, the number to call is 0700 903 9. Okay. Hello, good morning. Hello. All right. Do well to call back. So we're talking about unpleasant body odor. You can all agree with me that body odor is a normal part of being a human. We all have a different body odor or different body smell, and hormones and certain medical conditions, and even the food we eat. Okay, let me take this call. Hello, good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
This Tony from Anosike from Surulere.
All right, Anosike from Surulere. Go ahead.
Yeah, please, this body odor issue, I have a daughter that has it, and I'm trying to get what I will do to control it.
Okay. All right, sir. All right. Do well to pay attention, because I will get to that. What you're going to do to help her out. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much. Okay, I believe this issue is an important issue that bothers anyone who is very particular about their cleanliness. So just know that we all have a different body smell or body odor, but it becomes bad when it is strong, when it is unpleasant, when you enter a room and people perceive that this odor coming out from your body is very unpleasant. Now, let us look at the causes of this strong or unpleasant body odor before we now go to answer this our brother's Manosike's question. Now, sweat itself doesn't have a smell. The sweat that comes out from our skin doesn't have a smell. Okay, but body odor, that odor that comes out, comes from bacteria that live on sweaty parts of our body. You know, the areas that are called the sweaty part of our body, like our armpits, our groin area or pubic area, those places that you have hairs growing from there. These are the sweaty parts where these bacteria interact with the sweat on your body, and before you know, you start smelling. You start oozing out an unpleasant body odor. Okay, but whether it's your sweat that causes your body odor depends on the glands releasing it. You're more likely to have body odor when your sweat comes from apocrine glands, which release sweat from hair follicles found in the armpits, the groin area, and the pubic area. I told you earlier that those are the sweaty areas where you have sweat growing from them. The armpit, the groin area, and the pubic area. Sweat from these glands are being produced. Sweat from these places are being produced when you're hot, when you're stressed, or when you're on a chubby size, or you're, let's say, fat. Okay, and when other compounds that smell in your body, maybe you've eaten garlic, or maybe you've eaten onion, or some cruciferous vegetables, they are being broken down by bacteria. The next thing you start smelling, that unpleasant odor starts coming out from your body. But eccrine glands, on the other hand, are found all over your skin, and they squeeze out sweat through a duct to regulate your body temperature. The sweat lacks the fat and other compounds that can smell when broken down by bacteria. And another thing that can cause you to smell, or your body to bring out that unpleasant body odor, is when you add a lot of weight. And that's why you hear some people say that people who are fat usually smell. No, but because when someone gains weight, they develop more skin folds, and this skin fold, like the side of their stomach, you see it folding, their back area, you see it folding. These places can hold sweat and bacteria a lot. And I told you earlier that it is when bacteria interacts with the sweat, that is when the odor starts coming out, that unpleasant odor starts coming out. So these folds on your body can hold sweat and bacteria, and it is an ideal condition for bacteria to interact with the sweat, which brings out that terrible or unpleasant odor. At times, some people might be on some kinds of diet. Maybe they are eating garlic, they are eating onion, like I told you, cruciferous vegetables that contain sulfur. When they eat this kind of food, you see the unpleasant odor coming out from their body becomes so bad, so bad. That's why when someone eats garlic and enters the vehicle, you want to vomit, you feel like vomiting, because already the person has an unpleasant odor in his or her body, or coming out from his or her body. And then eating garlic to add to it, it becomes so bad. Okay, so if you have body odor, unpleasant body odor, do well to avoid certain kind of food, including spicy foods. But for some people, there are people who it is medical conditions that can cause their own body unpleasant body odor. Some conditions that can change your normal body scent, the normal body odor, which doesn't smell ordinarily. These include diabetes, when you have kidney problems, when you have liver disease, or an overactive thyroid. So these are some medical conditions that can make your body odor to become unpleasant. Okay, then there are rare genetic conditions that can also affect your natural body scent to give out that unpleasant body odor, or that strong body odor. Okay, these rare genetic condition, some people, that's where when you see someone, the mother or the father has an unpleasant body odor, and these kids have inherited that strong or unpleasant body odor. You see their children, when they get to that puberty age or that teenage age, they start their body starts giving off that unpleasant body odor. Some people is as a result of stress. Stress can increase your heart rate and send a signal to your sweat glands to begin producing sweat to help regulate your body temperature. That's when you're stressed. And when this sweat is being produced, it helps to balance your body fluids. But while sweat may be released through the eccrine glands, like I told you earlier, most stress-induced sweat will come out of the apocrine gland, which creates a very strong or unpleasant sweat. Okay, so when you notice that it is stress that is causing yours, do well to change your lifestyle. All right, now I've also talked about the genetic problem, children inheriting that unpleasant or that strong body odor. Then there are people who sweat a lot. You have people who excessively sweat, and that is called hyperhidrosis. This can cause you to sweat a lot. And when you sweat a lot, there's every tendency for you to not to take care of yourself so well in such a way that your body starts producing an unpleasant body odor. Okay, so people who sweat a lot, there's also a treatment option for you. We'll get to that pretty soon. Then there are some people that have body odor as a result of hormonal changes, okay, shifting hormones. When they are pregnant, it can raise their body temperature and can make their body think that the weather is very hot, their body is very hot than it actually is, and that can actually make them sweat. Sweat helps to regulate your body temperature, and when they sweat a lot, you see them, the sweat will interact with the bacteria and it starts giving unpleasant odor. That's why when you see some pregnant women, if you pass by them, you perceive one odor that is so unpleasant to you. Okay. Some people, puberty also, children, when they attain that puberty age, they don't get to understand their body. They don't know that they should be bathing often. They don't know that they should take care of themselves. They don't know what to do. So they will start developing that strong or unpleasant body odor. So you as a parent, you look out for your child, just like I like the fact that Anosike called for the sake of his daughter. Look out for your child to know if your child is developing an unpleasant body odor. But you don't have to wait until your child starts developing that unpleasant body odor. Teach your child how to be clean, okay? How to take care of him or herself in order not to even develop the strong or unpleasant body odor. Now let's get to how you can help yourself if you have this strong or unpleasant body odor, how you can get rid of it, or the treatment options available for you. Number one thing I'd like to encourage you, if you notice that you have an unpleasant body odor, that when sometimes they don't know, people who have this body odor, unpleasant body odor, they don't know except you tell them. Just like someone who has mouth odor, they don't know except you tell them. So if you're their friends, if you're their family members, do well to tell them that, please, it seems you have an unpleasant body odor, but you have to talk to them in such a way that they don't feel hot or they don't feel bad, okay? Tell them so they can do something about it. So you need to shower as often as possible, right? Shower at least twice a day. You know that Nigeria is a very hot country. Aside the rainfall, it really gets cold in this part of the world. So you need to shower every day, like twice, morning and night. Obviously, you know that before you leave the house, you woke up from sleep, you must have slept, and maybe there's no AC, sweat has accumulated and all of that. You need to bathe to wash off that sweat or accumulated sweat and feel fresh. Then after bathing, you run around your daily activities, you get back home, and while running around your daily activities, obviously you'll be sweating. That's the truth. You must have sweated. So when you get back home, you shower, okay? Shower. There are kinds of soap you need to use to shower. We call it antibacterial soap. So get that soap. I don't need to call the names. When you go to the pharmacy, you talk to your pharmacist, you talk to them, they will give you antibacterial soap that you will need or you will use to bathe, okay? Because those ones also help to clean off that unpleasant body odor. Then when you are bathing, there's a way you need to bathe. Do not just bathe like, you don't be in a hurry to bathe. No, do not be in a hurry. You see those sweaty areas that we mentioned earlier, like those places where hair grows from, your armpit, your groin area, your pubic area. Use sponge and sponge, especially your armpit. Sponge your armpit very well. Use sponge and wash it properly. And if you have hairs there, if there are hairs there, please do well to shave them off completely. But there are some people who says, I don't like shaving off completely. When I shave off completely, I get bumps and all of that. Okay, but there are ways you need to shave your armpit in order not to get bumps. But that's not the conversation for today, okay? So if you cannot shave completely, I encourage people to shave completely. But if you cannot shave completely, then trim it down. You don't need to have a lot of hairs on your armpit. You don't need them because they contribute to that sweat and smell, or rather unpleasant body odor. Just shave them off and wash them properly with sponge and your antibacterial soap. Pay attention to those areas, because those areas are the areas that if you don't take care of them, before you know, you start developing odors will come out from there. And if you also want to know if you have an unpleasant body odor, when you get back home, remove your shirt, smell the armpit area. That armpit area will tell you exactly how you smell. Okay, Don't just pull off your clothes and put it in the laundry basket. When you remove your clothes, try to smell the armpit area. If you don't like the smell coming out from there, obviously you need to work on it. Okay? Now, we've talked about you taking your bath regularly, like morning and night. All right? Now, I've also said you should use antibacterial soap. Now, there are some underarm products I will tell you to use. You have antiperspirant products, you have deodorants. So these are the products you need to get for Mr. Anosike. Try to get them for your daughter. And also antiperspirants are those ones that help to control a lot of sweat. Okay, when you apply them on the armpit, you see that you don't sweat there. Okay, and it also has a very nice scent. Okay, or nice scent rather, that when your daughter applies it, or when you apply it there, it gives you that nice smell. You enjoy yourself when you raise your armpit up. And it will also last for long. It lasts for a whole day. When you apply it, you will not sweat for the whole day. When you raise your arm, it's smelling fresh. Okay, then you can use deodorants. Okay, some people also use perfumes. If you want to use perfumes, if you want to use body spray, whichever one, but please try and use these things. They help to control, or they help to hide that odor, and that is after you must have washed completely during shower, after you must have cleaned up yourself so well. Okay, so when you use them, they will help to control your body odor. And if you, after doing all of this, you still feel that, okay, this thing is not being controlled, this thing doesn't control my body odor, then I will still recommend you to see an esthetician. An esthetician will help know what's the underlying problem you have, because at times, sometimes this unpleasant body odor will be as a result of an underlying problem, maybe medical condition or something else. So when you have tried all these things and it doesn't go, then you need to see an esthetician. Now, in the clothes you wear, pay attention to the materials you wear, the clothes you wear. Wear cotton materials. Okay, cotton materials are actually breathable fabrics. They help your body. They absorb sweat from your body. Unlike your nylon, your rayon, your polyester, those ones are not good if you are having that unpleasant body odor. Okay, try and wear cotton fabrics or cotton materials. It will help to absorb sweat, and it's also a breathable fabric. All right. Now, when working out, maybe you are exercising, you're the type that goes to the gym or you exercise, when you come back, immediately enter your bathroom and bathe. When you sit with sweat for a very long time, your body absorbs it. Before you know, you start smelling in an unpleasant manner. Do not sit with sweat for a very long time. After sweating, when you get back home, maybe from school, after school, for teenagers and people in that puberty age, when your child gets back from school or when your children come back from school, please tell them to enter the bathroom first. The bathroom should be the first place they enter. All right. And teachers, I also address this to teachers. If you notice that a child has that unpleasant smell, do well to call the attention of their parents. Inform their parents, because if you leave them, their parents might be too busy not to know. Hello, good morning to you. Hello? Can you hear me? Hello? All right, I can't hear. This is a WhatsApp call. I really cannot hear you. Just send your message on WhatsApp and I will get that, okay? Do well to send your message, because I can't hear you. Even if you can hear me, I can't hear you. All right, so if you are a teacher and you notice that a child that you're teaching has an unpleasant body odor, do not keep quiet, okay? Do not go about telling other teachers, I think this child has a body odor. No, please tell the child to tell the parents, or you can inform the parents directly so they can do something so that child doesn't grow with that unpleasant body odor, because it's actually very bad. Body odor is so bad that if you're seeking for an employment or you're seeking for a job, you get to someone's office and immediately you enter, the smell of that place, the air there changes smell. The person wouldn't want you to stay for long. The person will tell you, okay, go, just drop your CV and go. The person cannot conduct an interview because some people can't stand it. Okay, the person will tell you, just go, don't worry, we'll call you. And that's the way the person will just lose that opportunity. Okay, body odor or mouth odor will make you lose a lot of opportunities in life, because not everybody, in fact, everybody can't stand it. That's the truth. Everybody can't stand it. People who will stand it are people who have same unpleasant body odor like yourself. These are people that can stand that unpleasant body odor. Okay. Now, talking about hair removal, some people, because they do not have time, they ignore some places in their body, those sweaty areas like their armpit and their pubic area. In fact, you tell yourself, when you tell yourself, just check yourself now, check your armpit. Is it properly shaved? Check your pubic area, your groin area, is it properly shaved? These are areas that will bring out smell from your body, and you need to take care of them. If you do not have time to always, take your shaving stick to always shave those areas, you can wax. Okay, you can wax. At least that one will stay you for 2 months without growing, or 1 month, as the case may be, without growing. That way, even if you're busy, you're good to go. Okay, make sure that the hairs on your armpit and these areas are properly shaved or properly removed, to avoid sweating around that area and bringing out that unpleasant body odor. And then watch the cream you use. Some people who are into bleaching cream, some people who uses the so-called organic creams, whitening creams, they smell a lot, because these things, your skin absorb them, and when they absorb them, they will interact with your body and the bacteria, and you will start smelling. A lot of people who actually use this so-called whitening and organic creams, they smell, but they don't know. And some of them know they smell, they try to use body sprays, perfumes to cover up the smell. Please, if you're using bleaching cream or organic creams, do well to let go of them, okay? Because they are not even good for your skin. You do not want to destroy your skin by using them, all right? So if you have tried all of these things and you see that your unpleasant body odor is not going away, it's just there, then it's time for you to inform your esthetician. Your esthetician will tell you what to do, will recommend some medications. Some people give Botox injection, okay? Some people will give you antibiotics to help you reduce the bacteria on your skin, because like I told you earlier, the bacteria on your skin will interact with your sweat to give that unpleasant body odor. So they will give you antibiotics to reduce the bacteria on your skin. Sometimes they will give you Botox injections to reduce your sweat glands' ability to produce sweat, okay? Some people do laser treatment to reduce hair follicles to help you with your body odor. Whichever way, but do well to try these options I've given you before you go to those options. And if they are not going away, then you're left with no other option than to inform your esthetician to help you treat your body odor. All right, if you have any question concerning this topic that we have treated, you can drop it on our WhatsApp platform, and I will reach out to you personally to answer your question. On that note, I will say do have a lovely Saturday, but that's not all we have for you on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. Up next is the Business Roundtable with Peter Nosike. Peter Nosike is already in the studio waiting for his time. So stay with us and don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Good morning.
Transfer. Ẹ ṣáà máa ro tìǹgì, ẹ̀yin tèmi ẹ ti ń ga sáà.